misbehaving slash disruptive kids a problem in your church? This person goes on to say, I'm not Christian, Muslim, but in our mosque, we have a problem with kids running around and being disruptive. Even the older kids are a problem with playing soccer in the halls, our praying areas, the women's mainly when they're empty, and making huge messes. Some kids even broke a window or two in the past and make messes on the floor. It gets particularly bad during our holy month, Ramadan. Our mosque has had to close off a few areas and kick kids out due to them being out of control. I haven't heard nor do I know if this is a problem in churches too, but I know in school it's really bad with kids being disruptive slash disrespectful to the teachers. So I gotta ask, is child misbehavior slash disruption a problem in your church? If yes, how bad is it? How long has it been going on for? And what do you think is causing it? And what is your church doing to curb the problem? Very interesting question. I think, please comment down below. Take a moment, pause, comment if this is something you've seen in your church. It's interesting that this person chose to write this as a Muslim, maybe just because they've seen it in their own environment and are wondering if other religions are, dealing with the same issue. But please take a moment, pause, comment down below if you have seen this in your church, if it bothers you, if you're a little more understanding and you're like, kids will be kids, they love soccer in the halls, or if you're a little more like, no, this is a sacred, holy place and there should be respect in these hallways kind of thing. Take a moment, comment down below. I think this is kind of a common thing that people deal with in different, environments, whether it's school or church or in their own house, and I think that's probably the house is, the root of all of this. If you have an orderly house and you have a lot of respect in your house, you'll probably take that respect with you into church. And there's also the influence of other children, that's a real thing. If, there's one child who's very high energy and kind of unruly in nature, it can really, I don't want to say spread to the other kids, but, one kid busts out a soccer ball and the next thing you know, it's hard not to play soccer with them. But at the same time, I feel like this is a very common problem. I think that we should have a level of respect in every environment, different levels of respect, but at the same time, respecting a place of worship. And at least if the people around you are getting upset, then, no matter where you are, if you're in the gym, if you're in a library, you could talk quieter in a library. Doesn't mean you always have to talk quiet, and just kind of understanding the environment you're in and kind of just for the respect of other people, I think is the main thing. I don't even think necessarily that, in my personal opinion, that God would be upset with you. I think it's just so, you're just kind of being respectful of the other people who are there to worship. And like the library, I think was a good example. I don't think that it's a bad thing to talk loud, but when you're in an environment where people are trying to read and focus, it's probably better to whisper and just kind of be a little more refined. But at the end of the day, I do think that kids will be kids. They will kind of test the boundaries of things, and it's not necessarily a slight towards God. It's just more of something that needs to be kind of, talked about in the home. And if you could just kind of, I think some kids do struggle with excess amount of energy. There's some kids that definitely are more high energy in a place that is asking them to be a little more respectful and refined. It might be more of a obstacle for those kids, but man, if they can learn to have both, be high energy and be respectful and refined and a little more, there's a word I'm wanting to say, I just can't. Please comment the word I'm looking for. It's like where you kind of like hold back a little bit. If you can be both, if you can be high energy and refined, I think you can really be a dynamic person. So the kids that are misbehaving are sometimes just an obstacle away from being a very passionate, enthusiastic, conductive member of society, like someone that's really able to help in a lot of ways because they have so much energy. But please comment down below. Have you experienced this in church? Is this an epidemic? Are the children just out of control? Please let me know. Here we go. This person says, fortunately, we have a great group of kids who are enthusiastic, interested, and participate. Behavior like the kind you're describing would not be tolerated, even by the other kids. And they and or their parents should be held accountable. Whoa. I mean, like, I agree. Especially if the other kids, it's amazing what social judgment will do. Like, if the other kids are like, you can't do that here, the other kid will be like, okay, I can't do that here, you know. But if the other kids are like, it's fine, then then they're much more likely to do it. But like the social judgment, if you're the one outcast who is being disruptive and everyone else is being, calm, that can really that can curb it. Here we go. This person says, as you pointed out, this topic even traverses to schools. There has been a shift in discipline over the years as a general normative, which we then see different norms for behavior as a result. True. This person says, not really. They're sent to Sunday school to be taught about God. Sunday school. Dun, dun, dun. This person says, so there's no problem with them in Sunday school? No disrespect? This person says, hello, friend. I can't recall such problems from our churches. Of course, children make some notice during the service, but that's to be expected. And as far as I experienced, anyways, in an okay way. We try to create some areas where they can play during service, but well, good luck in building such a place into hundreds of years old churches. So it doesn't work everywhere, but nearly every church has a playground outside. Sometimes we have special services for children as well, happening around once a month. So in general, approach is to design rooms where they can be and play. To be fair, playing soccer is not a problem, as I recall, in any church which would have a space big enough inside. Interesting takes. Sounds like a lot of people aren't dealing with this. I thought this would be way more rampant. I used to be a substitute teacher, and I was constantly dealing with kids misbehaving. Granted, that wasn't like in a church environment. I just kind of thought that, kids kind of misbehave. And I'm not saying, but, this is a tough one. Please comment down below. Is this person just dealing with an unruly church or a mosque in this case, or have you dealt with something similar? I'd really like to know, genuinely. So, as always, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Please be respectful of your environment, no matter what it is. If you're in a church, if you're in a library, if you're on the dance floor, respect it. But at the same time, hope you're having a great day. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.